Hi everyone, it's John Gualtieri here with this week's Power Shot. We're talking about our listing process, and we're at the point now where we're going to sit down with the seller and discuss price. And guys, here's what most of us do. Most of us jump right in and we want to give our presentation and show the seller all the homework we did to come up with price. And I'm not saying that that isn't important, but what I'm saying is that we skip an important step. Now, when I went out on a listing appointment, I made sure that I knew what that seller believed that their property was worth. And people say to me all the time, agents say all the time, well, gee whiz, John, sometimes they don't tell you. Well, if they don't tell you, it should only be about 1% of the time because you're not asking the right questions. You know, just because you get a little pushback when you ask what they believe their property is worth before you get out there for the listing appointment doesn't mean that they're not going to tell you just because they say no the first time that you ask. So guys, here's the deal. You should know that number, what the seller believes that their property is worth. And before you go diving into your homework, have substantive dialogue with that seller around where they came up with that number. Mary, John, I'm just curious. You shared with me that you felt that your property was worth somewhere around $375,000. Could you tell me a little bit about how you came up with that number? Okay, so let me ask you this. If you felt that this number might be a little high after we talk, would you be willing to adjust it? John, Mary, I'm just curious. What would you do if you couldn't get 375? Guys, you get the idea. You have substantive dialogue around their price before you get to your homework, because if you dive right into your CMA without doing that, you're going to get pushback, I promise. So today's Power Shot takeaway is always have substantive dialogue with the seller about their perceived sale price before you go diving into your agenda. So if you know anyone who might benefit from this Power Shot, please pass it on. And in the meantime, get out there, chop wood, carry water, and do it like you mean it. God bless.